So 3 years ago, when friends of Tuckmill started looking after the site, this area here was completely impassable. It was completely and utterly overgrown with willow herb and meadowsweet, and also the brambles as well. So we decided that we would cut a path through here so that you could get through here without getting soaking wet, because it's very boggy ground over there. But the spin-off from that is the orchids like it as well. And would you believe it, the path that we've put in, the orchids decided that they wanted to grow on the footpath. 3 years ago we didn't know that this was here at all, but clearly because of what we've got here now, they were already growing. The tubers were already in the ground, but because it was so overgrown they had no chance of growing up. So what we've done the last 2 years, we've scythed this area, and last year I noticed that they were beginning to come up. There were 3 that I discovered, but after scything the area again and carefully raking it, look what's happened this year. It speaks for itself. There's something like 20 Southern Marsh Orchids here. There's a Southern Marsh Orchid. I mean, they do come in different shades. Some of them are pink, and this is because they've been hybridized with the common spottids. And all the common spottids that we have got here are all this lovely light pink, and they've all got this very simple markings down the center of the lobes of the flowers. Not fully grown yet. Look, it's got to go all the way to the top. It will become at the top like so down here. What a beautiful orchid. Occasionally, when they are surrounded by things like this tall willow herb here, then they will actually grow themselves higher in order to get up towards the sunlight. And there's a classic example. Just 3 weeks ago, we didn't even know that one was there. This site is known as Calcareous fenland, and beneath our feet here we have limestone. There is an area, a crack in the limestone that runs all the way along this ledge, all the way around, and out of that crack in the limestone comes water, and the water cascades down the slope, and if I tread like this, it's squelching, and hence why the Southern Marsh Orchid likes it. It loves the wet. And in April, late April, you start to see the little rosettes coming up, and they form, and they're the giveaway as to where they're going to grow. And so what we do was put these marker sticks in out of the woods, hazels, just small sticks, put white tips on them, and then mark them up so that we can see them where they're coming up. And this is all because we cut it and raked it. Yeah? It's a great success story. It's just diversity, isn't it? I mean, orchids are, I mean, they're pleasant to look at, aren't they? You know, I mean, I don't suppose, I mean, they're providing nectar for all of the insects that are around here as well. And actually, when it gets sunny, please, when it gets sunny, you're going to see a huge amount of butterflies on these orchids. Orchids don't like competition. They like to have as free reign as they can. But of course, we can't do it so that nothing else grows with them. Of course, other stuff grows with them. But what we've been trying to do is cut the ground so that other stuff grows but doesn't overgrow the orchids, so that we can actually see them. 3 years ago, there could have been an orchid in there and you just wouldn't have seen it. And there weren't many, because they need the light, they need to grow to the light. So you have to make the ground so that they're accessible, so that they can see the light. This is a classic example. There was nothing here 3 years ago apart from one, I think that was just over there, if I remember rightly.